Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cynthia Gutierrez, and I am the program manager at HIVE. I'm so excited that we are going to start this new wellness curriculum called Healthy Hive. So I am just going to wait like a couple seconds to see if anyone else is going to log on. And so, as I'm waiting, I just want to like give a couple announcements and just let you know what Hive is if this is your first time learning about us and what this wellness curriculum is going to be about. And so, before I dive into that, I think it's really important to acknowledge the indigenous Ohlone land that I'm located at here in Oakland, California. It's important for me and for those at Hive to pay homage to the land and its original peoples to be recognized. And so, um, as we dive into this healthy hive, I thought it was really important to just say what Hive is because I think there's just so many components of our clinic and our program. And if it's your first time, it's just really important to just let you know what we do and who we are. So since 1989, Hive has been at the forefront of innovating comprehensive HIV-informed sexual and reproductive health. We are based at San Francisco General Hospital, and the Hive Clinic provides multidisciplinary preconception, OBGYN care, sexual health to people living with HIV as well as HIV infected couples. HIVE's mission is to advance reproductive and sexual wellness for individuals, families, and communities affected by HIV in San Francisco and beyond. HIVE's vision is a world where people affected by HIV have safe pregnancies, reproductive autonomy, access to state-of-the-art healthcare, and enjoyable sex lives. All babies born in San Francisco have been free of HIV since 2005. And so that is a big part of like the Hive Clinic and what happens within that. But we also have Hive Program, which we do a lot of interactive like webinars and information sharing through our website. And if you actually look in our comments below, our website is HIVEonline.org. And it's a really phenomenal resource for anyone, whether you are someone who is living with HIV, if you are a provider, if you are a community advocate. We just have a bunch of resources that are just tailored for whatever needs you have. And also, if you ever need to get a hold of us, there's an email address on the site, and you can email the info address, and we can get back to you with any questions or additional resources you might have. And so, Healthy Hive, like, what is that? What is the purpose of it? I think that we are in such stressful and, quite frankly, like chaotic times, being in COVID-19 and being in this global pandemic. And the one thing that Hive has been really good at is sharing resources on our website and being a hub for any sort of reproductive health questions or concerns at the intersection of HIV. And so when I came on board as program manager in November of 2019, I thought it was really important for us to start using a reproductive justice framework in the work that we do and really find ways to provide holistic support to people that use our services that want to learn more about us. And part of that was, how do we create this entity like Healthy Hive where people can get more wellness support, wellness curriculum online, especially now since most of us, at least in the Bay Area, and I imagine in other parts of the country, are sheltering in place. And so the whole concept of Healthy Hive is wanting to provide just wellness resources, a big emphasis on mindfulness meditation. It's really important, at least for us at Hive, to be able to share those teachings and information with you all, and just really being a resource in any way that we can. And so I thought it was really important for this first video for you all to get to know who I am, since I'm the newest member on the team, and we're going to be together moving forward all these Mondays. And for me, like in my experience, if I'm going to be learning with someone or be in community with them, it's really important to like know who they are. So there's more trust that's built, there's more intimacy, and just to feel comfortable with one another. And so, I wanted to share a little bit about who I am, besides being the program manager. I am I was born in San Francisco and raised in San Francisco most of my life. I'm a first generation Central American, and so my family migrated from Nicaragua and El Salvador. And I'm really proud to be a San Francisco native, and am just so excited to be able to work at San Francisco General Hospital, be in the Mission District, and be able to serve like anyone that has any sort of like reproductive health concerns or questions. For me, growing up in the city, I had a lot of obstacles that I encountered. I endured a lot of violence, like in my community, and a lot of addiction. Addiction is a big part of just the way that I grew up, or things I was exposed to at an early age. I think quite often, like, I felt for most of my life I was just surviving. I was just trying to find a way of, like, just doing the best that I can with the resources that I had. And, like, I often felt like there was just so many systems that, like, didn't always serve me the best way that I could, whether it was the school systems or whether it was different forms of like institutional racism, or if it was just like trying to be a woman of color and surviving in a city that's like has changed so much and is not home for me anymore. I currently live in Oakland, and what does it mean to like no longer having to survive, like, and I really want to thrive in the life that I have today, and support others in doing that as well. As I entered adulthood, there was this shift that happened to me in which I was just so tired of being angry all the time and being aggressive, and I was tired of like feeling that I had to get in like these physical altercations to like prove my point. And at some point I just wanted peace. Like, I just wanted peace for my community. I just wanted peace for myself. And I didn't know how I was going to get that. I didn't grow up with mindfulness meditation. I grew up in an environment where like whatever happens in the home stays in the home. I grew up in environments where you don't really talk about your feelings a lot, and if you do, like it's not always like a support is there for you. And so I had to find those resources like outside of my immediate community, and through different organizing efforts. So I've also been a community organizer since I was in high school, and have done different organizing efforts like in the anti-rape movement, in the criminal justice movement, currently in the reproductive health rights and justice movements. And so throughout that whole journey, I was able to discover the East Bay Meditation Center. And it was 2018 to 2019 where they had this program called PETA. And oh, if you also look in the comments, we're putting, thank you, Caroline. She's putting the information right below of that resource. And so I did this year-long meditation, a mindfulness meditation training where you basically get all these activists and change makers and organizers. And there's around like 25 of us. And every month we would learn like a different mindfulness meditation technique, like whether it was like mindful eating or like mindful movements. And I was just blown away. Like I felt like for the first time I could be still with myself. And this is like, I've been meditating since like 2015. So if you can imagine, it took like 4 years into it. I'm like, oh, I could finally like sit with myself and I could be uncomfortable with the feelings that come up and they don't completely destroy me. And so one thing that I've really enjoyed about that training was being able to be okay with like what came up for me. And a lot of it was a lot of traumas that I had endured as a child or as an adult, or some days I would just be sitting there and meditating and like my to-do list for the day would come up and I'm like, ugh, and I would just feel so overwhelmed. But I was in such a supportive space through the PETA program, through East Bay Meditation, that I didn't feel like I got judgment for not being the quote unquote like perfect meditator. And so what I really appreciate about the practice that was taught to me was we were being taught for a whole year all these different techniques with the goal of going back into our communities, going back into the spaces that we're a part of to share our teachings, to share resources, to really like bring mindfulness to other folks. And so Healthy Hive is really about bringing mindfulness meditation not only to the clients and the people that we serve, but this also can be super helpful for any folks that work in nonprofits, that are social justice activists, organizers, that people that just feel burned out, like people that have never done meditation. Like, I don't have any expectation that we're all going to be meditating for hours and hours and hours. Like, this really is just to have an opportunity to just be together, to just hold space and really be in community care. I recently wrote a blog that's on the HIVE website around COVID-19 has just brought up so many feelings of being alone, and my anxiety has been through the roof, and I've just felt depressed and I felt fearful, and I feel like I go through all these emotions. Like, it's such a roller coaster, and I know that I'm not the only one that is going through this. And I just really hope that if you join us starting 2 weeks from now, next week is Memorial Day, so we won't be doing the mindfulness meditation, but the following Monday we will, or I will, right here on the HIVE Facebook page. And, really wanting this to be an opportunity where I can get to know you all, you can get to know me. We'll do, up to like 10 minutes at the most, a mindfulness meditation, and then I'll share resources with you all. And so it's really simple. No need to be like a stressful thing. It's really just to like take 10 minutes for yourself, because you deserve it. You deserve to have time where you can just be and exist and not have to produce or not have to do something. Just show up. And so, like I mentioned, I'm not going to be doing Healthy Hive next Monday because Memorial Day, but I will be on the following Monday, so in 2 weeks. I just want to remind you all, if you're not already doing so, please follow this Facebook page. This is where HIVE shares all information and articles and resources in general. We're also on Twitter at HIVE_online. Our website is HIVEonline.org, and we will be using the hashtag HealthyHive to promote this mindfulness meditation. And, just want to remind you all that this is completely free. Like, we are not expecting any sort of donations. But if you also find yourself in a position to donate, we are including in the comments below a way that you can donate to Hive so we can continue providing our clinic and program services. Again, my name is Cynthia Gutierrez. My pronouns are she, her, and ella, program manager for Hive, and I'm so excited to be doing this with you all. Please feel free to comment, to message us, and I will be seeing you in a couple weeks. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope all of you are staying healthy and finding ways to connect with each other virtually. Thank you.